Day 670 being Christopher Cruz. It's 5:38 p.m. Just left Starbucks and Whole Foods. I woke up late today at like 12, and I was supposed to go do the float tank at 11, and I called them and see if I could reschedule, and they were like, well, I had to leave them voicemail because they weren't open, and they were like, nope. Because I freaking stayed up till 4 o'clock last night. What the F? I couldn't believe it. I was watching this funny show called Last to Laugh, and they put like 10 famous comedians in a room for 6 hours, and they can't laugh or smile the entire time, and every time they do, someone gets kicked out until there's one comic standing. And it was just so funny. I was just laughing so hard, and it was good because I haven't watched something stupid like that in a long time, and I was just really enjoying myself. So yeah, I was like, I'm just like relaxing, I'm doing nothing and just laughing, and it was good. It was good. And so today I went to Starbucks, and just been really thinking about my health. And yeah, I was going through some pictures from when I was working at this elephant sanctuary in Thailand, and I saw the pictures when I was in Thailand, and when I got there, I was 204 pounds. I'd lost 30 pounds while I was in Nepal. And I just looked and I was like, dang, I looked so skinny. I looked so good. And now I like weighed myself the other day, and I'm like 223. And I'm like, what the shit? Ugh. And so I'm just like, man, one of my friends, he's a health coach, and we're going to talk on Monday. And I was doing his program for a little bit, and I lost like 15 pounds or something like that. But it was mostly like keto carnivore. And I don't know if I fully agree with that. Like, it just doesn't seem very sustainable. And so, but I noticed a huge difference because I was vegan for 5 years. Then I worked with him, and then my energy levels went up. My level of sleep went up, like improved dramatically. Like, all of it got better. And so, yeah. And so I'm just like, okay, I want to give it to God, though. Like I said that I want God to use my life as a demonstration of what happens when you allow God to take over in your life in all different areas: your money, your business, your health, your relationships, your finances, all of it. And so I was like, I wonder if there's a book out there. Like, the Bible gives us so much wisdom. Like, I would think the Bible gave us some tips on how to eat. And so I started looking for books on, like, this stuff, and I found one called The Maker's Diet. Like, the maker is like our creator, and it's more of like a lifestyle than like an actual diet, but it's like a certain things to eat, and what the Bible says to eat and not to eat. And I'm reading through it, and I found this preview of like the first 70 pages, and I read through it for like an hour, and all the different like things that the guy's talking about with all the different chemicals and processed foods and all that stuff, which is all things that I think are really interesting, surprisingly. And then talking about gut health and how important our gut is, and it's our second brain, and we eat foods that like destroy it and numb it. And I just started to get really interested. And so then I go to the Amazon page, and I look at the author, and I'm trying to do some research on the author. And then I realized, oh my God, this is the guy who I watched this course on, like, eating healthy with John Bevere, who's a pastor, and a super famous guy. And they did like a course together, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's that guy. So immediately I was like, okay, this is legit. This guy's legit. Like, his stuff is legit. And so I ordered the book. The book is 300 pages. I don't know if I've ever finished a 300-page book in my life, but I find it super interesting. And so after I got that, I was sitting there, and I was just thinking, like, man, I feel like I've never felt so stuck with my health before in my life. And mind you, at my heaviest, I was 255 pounds. Like 30 pounds heavier than I am now. And that's when I was like, miserable and had the company that I hated, and in a toxic relationship, and just like, that was like the worst. That's the point where I gave away all my stuff, moved to Nepal, all that stuff. But right now I just feel so stuck. I just feel so drawn to like fast food, and I just feel like I have so little willpower, and I just feel like I'm starting to feel so uncomfortable like in my own clothes because they're getting tighter, and it's like, oh shit. And I just feel like I don't know what to do, and I'm just like, and then I realized, like, I asked God to use my life as a demonstration of what happens when you allow God to come into your life. And I said in all areas of my life, my business, my finances, my relationships, my health, my family, everything. And yeah. And so I'm seeing that, and it's like, what if God has to bring me to my knees in every area of my life to show the transformation? What if he's bringing me to this place where I just feel helpless and hopeless about my health right now, and I'm really struggling? What if he's bringing me to this point of bringing me to my knees so he can lift me up? And when I think about that, he's already done that with my finances, with my relationship with Araceli, with my relationship with my mom, with my business. And so it's like my finances, for example, like a few months ago, I had like my worst financial breakdown ever, and I had to, reach out to my dad last minute, ask him to send me rent money before my landlord showed up that morning. It was horrible. And then a month after that following month, I go speak, and then in 30 days make $26,000 in new clients, and just like massive turnaround. And I have so much clarity on my business now, and like my relationship with Araceli, like before God, it was like non-existent. It was like I was never going to talk to her again because I was so hurt and so frustrated and angry and all these things, and I know she was too. And then I brought God into that, and God told me to love her, and now we have the best relationship we've ever had in our lives, and we're helping each other grow, and we're best friends, and it's amazing. It's the best that it's ever been. It is the best relationship that I've ever had with anyone before. And so that changed dramatically. My relationship with my mom has changed dramatically. And it was the worst that it's ever been. And then I started allowing God to come in. And so what if that same process is happening? Like, right, God brought me to my knees with my relationship with Araceli, with my relationship with my mom, with money, with my business. Like, he just brought me to my knees where it was just like I finally had to surrender to him. So I was thinking that today, like, what if God just had to bring me to my knees with my health so I finally turned to him, and so he can use my life as a demonstration of the transformation that he can create, so I can give him the glory and lead people back to him. And so because the command he gave me is share the miracles and blessings that I've created in your life and give me the glory so I can give the glory to people. And so it's like, which was basically, I'm going to bless you and I'm going to transform your life and bring you all these miracles. It's your job, Chris, to go tell the world about them and tell them that the reason why these things happened was because of him, because of God. And when you do that, that will lead them back to me, and then I can bless them in the same way I've blessed you. And so yeah, so maybe that's what he's doing with my health, bringing me to my knees so he can take over and cause this amazing transformation. Because I really want to, like, I want to be able to have this health transformation that I've never been able to have before in my life, and I want to be able to say it was God. I tried every other program, every other thing, and that and this and whatever, and the only thing that worked was God. And so this book teaches principles of eating based on the Bible and some things that were said in the Bible to kind of guide us and the way they ate back then. And so I just want to educate myself on that, and I really believe that will work. I really believe that will be the transformation, because I believe that God is the answer to everything. So yeah, so I need to have a little less resistance to my health situation right now and my eating habits, and just trust, like, hey, God is working right now. God is working, and I'm going through the process that I need to go through, and it sucks when you get to this point, but it only sucks if you don't trust God. And so I trust God. And it's not that God is doing this, like I am doing this to myself, but I don't have like the willpower and the strength that I need to overcome it right now. And so yeah. So I'm just going to keep surrendering, and I trust that God is going to give me some breakthroughs and some realizations and some guidance and some whatever I need to transform my health. So, yeah. So it's good.